Symposium, I would like to tell you about a study on online news regulation in South Korea. Uh, on September 18, 2023, the Korea Communication Commission, which oversees broadcasting and communication policies, announced that it would conduct an emergency review on online news to prevent the distribution of fake news. According to this policy, on September 26, 2023, the Korea Communication Standard Commission, which is in charge of deliberating on broadcasting and internet content, established a center dedicated to deliberating on fake news to conduct an emergency review on internet news. Mm, Although the expression of this information is more appreciated than the term fake news, the term fake news will be used together in this paper because the government used the term fake news. Mm. Online news is subject to emergency deliberations such as emergency disaster situation, serve confusion in the financial market, impact on election result, serious imprisonment of public interest, and concern about interpretorial damage to individual or organizations. Uh, However, about 30 years, media such as online news have not been subject to communication deliberation. And there was a serious legal problem that uh, there was no legal basis for urgent online news deliberation. More importantly, the emergency review policy on online news came at a time when the Korea Communication Commission, a five-member census system, was composed of.
Johnson, would you like to move your slides? Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yes. Yes, and more importantly, the emergency review policy on online news came at a time when the Korea Communication Commission, of five members, consensus system was composed of three members recommended by the president and the ruling party. And the Communication Standard Commission, or uh, consensus review body in charge of urgent online news review, is dominated by the president and the ruling party's recommended review commission. Mm, Actually, illegal information regulation body is the Korean Communication Standard Commission, and the media regulation, such as online news, regulatory agent is the Press Arbitration Commission. Uh, mm, yes. In addition, there are constitution issues that are concerned about serious restriction of freedom of speech if online news is regulated as a subject of communication deliberation. Due to this legal problem, opposition parties and civic groups have raised strongly criticism against the government urgent review of online news. They argued that the current government is tightening regulation on online news to ban the distribution of critical government articles. On the other hand, the government is in position that regulation should be strengthened as fake news can cause social confusion. Uh, Actually, I am opposite to government regulation on media such as online news. However, in the current situation, I would like to talk about how to improve the problem caused by the online news emergency review policy. In order for you to understand this paper accurately, you need to know the governance of media regulation and illegal information regulation in Republic of Korea and the legislative intentions of the legislator of the Republic of Korea, but due to time, I will skip the details explanation. In this paper, the legal problem of the government urgent relief or online review, online news and measure to implement them will be presented. Mm. If internet news is converted from the existing press arbitration commission cancellation and arbitration target to subject to information and communication deliberation by the Korea Communication Standard Commission, the Korea Communication Standard Commission will initiate communication deliberation through its own recognition or public reporting, and will be able to exercise strong regulatory measures such as collection, requests such as deletion or blocking of access to the information, denial, suspension, and restriction of processing of the information, and criminal punishment. Converting online news to an emergent subject of communication deliberation make it easy for regulatory agencies to intervene, and strong sanctions on the media cause concern about imprisonment or restriction of freedom of press and publication. Therefore, in this paper, the problem of urgent deliberation on online news and each improvement measure are presented as followed. The first thing is when looking at the governance of media regulator, there is a regulatory body in the form of consensus body to carefully collect various opinions. But if has a structural problem that it is difficult for a media regulator to maintain their independence from political influence due to the presidential and ruling party basis member recommendation and appointment structure. It is contrary to the purpose of establishing a consensus body by creating a structure in which member and deliberation members recommended by the president and the ruling party occupied a majority because the media regulatory body did not recommend it and appointed member in a timely manner. In this situation, if the Communication Standard Commission is given the authority to urgently deliberate on online news on politically sensitive matter, there is a problem that political influence could increase concern about restricting freedom of press and publication or imprisonment. To improve this problem, it is necessary to expand and distribute the authority to recommended and appointed member of Korea Communication Commission and deliberate of the Korean Communication Standard Commission to the judiciary, broadcasting, and internet operator and civic group to weaken their political influence. In
Johnson, sorry,
yeah.
you have 5 minutes, five more
Ah, oh,
minutes.
okay. Yes. Uh, yes. Uh, I will jump to the second. Uh, Second, if the chairman of the Korea Communication Commission violate the Constitution or law while exercising his duty, the National Assembly can vote on the impeachment of chairman, but there are no regulations related to the impeachment resolution of the remaining four standing members. Uh, in addition, the Korea Communication Standard Commission um, stability not to be subject to unfair instruction or interference from outside in deliberating on broadcasting and internet content. But there is a problem that there is no compulsory regulation that imposes penalty even if these regulations are violated, which is not effective. To improve this problem, the Communication Commission should strengthen its responsibility for decision making by establishing a new regulation on the remain four standing members because there are only regulation on the impeachment of the chairman, even though the Korea Communication Commission is a census regulatory body. In the performance of the broadcasting content and internet content deliberation duties, new regulation that can punish external unfair extraction or provision of interference shall be established to ensure their effectiveness. Yes, the last thing is there is no legal basis to regulate for online news. So, in order to improve this problem, the Korea Communication Standard Commission should stop urgent deliberation on online news and go through the process of forming a social consensus on strengthened online news regulation. In particular, regulation on media such as online news should be based on clear law and specific standard, and their effective should be prepared for this. Media such as online news play a positive role in checking and supervising the executive, legislative, and judicial department so that national agents interested in authority by the people perform their duty correctly for the people and play an important role in ensuring the people's right to know. Therefore, the nation can protect the basic right of the people and regulate the media to a minimum in area necessary for the public interest. But even in this case, clear regulatory law and judgment standard are needed, and legal system that can perform the duty of the regulatory in situation uh, free from external influence, such as politics is necessary. Yes, that's all my thesis presentation. Yes. So my conclusion is a ban on the political use of media. Second, improve basis media regulator governance. Third, guaranteeing freedom of speech. That's all my thesis